It's a weird situation to know that actually looking at you, I'm going to the people that are listening to this podcast will also be able to see what I'm seeing now because this is going to be on that YouTube, is it not, John Singleton?
It will be on that YouTube. It's I suppose it's same kind of format, but we're just putting it out in video to the video world as well.
Slinging the net out.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I suppose if you're hearing us on YouTube, welcome to the first edition of the Europe is Coming podcast on YouTube.
That makes us a vodcast, doesn't it?
We are vodcast, the German Russian version of a podcast.
I need a nice thing here. I need to get I don't know where my crown picture frame went because you've got one behind you. That's from the crown, isn't it?
Yeah, you should put it up actually.
I should stick it up, but God knows
The
where it is.
yellow
It's
the
hard to
yellow would
lose.
go well with
Yeah,
that background.
I've got a. I'm in my new office, which has got a dedicated. I'm calling it the podcast shed. It's like a cave. It's very nice, actually. You have to come and see it.
Yeah, we maybe do a live edition one day.
That'll be fun. We could have free coffee because I have my own coffee machine. Woohoo. And you are in your co-working space over in where are you? Palmer.
Yeah, I'm in just on the outskirts of Parma.
But shouldn't you be with a bunch of teenagers today?
They have been dropped off in Parma, so they are exploring the city right now.
You've got how many?
So we have eight teens between like 17 and 19 who've come over for the teen camp of the year.
Yeah, we should say that you haven't suddenly become a foster parent or anything. You've just got
Well,
8
yeah,
teenagers
true.
with you.
It makes me appreciate my non-responsible life. Like not having any
Mhm.
dependence is it gives you a lot more freedom in life. So it makes me appreciate that each time.
It does. I mean, you have got. I guess there are different nationalities, aren't they? So you've got
Yeah,
a
this is
mixed
this is
bag.
maybe one of the nice things about teen camps is that you really do get like we've had teams from all over Europe. So we've got from the Netherlands, from Czech Republic, from Sweden, from the UK, from France. So we have like a real European mix of athletes.
I guess is English going to be the common language in there?
Yeah, and honestly, these days it really is.
Hmm.
It's unusual now. I mean, Spain, Southern Europe's sometimes the exception, but even with the younger generation, like they all speak perfect English. Like France back in the day was notorious for not having good English, but we have Matteo on the camp who has perfect English. It has really become the common language.
It's funny, isn't it, when you think about that? It's like, thank God I just stuck to my guns and didn't try too hard to learn any other languages because English has shone through
Well,
perfect for me.
it's been very useful for us,
Mm.
but uh, but yeah, it's still Spanish. I still like to improve my Spanish, but it's always I tend to just work in English most of the days.
I mean, me too. I spend most of my day writing things in English and communicating with clients in English. But I do feel like living in Spain, my Spanish just still embarrasses me, and I wish it was better. I don't like the fact that I'm an immigrant and I'm not fluent. I want to be fluent, but I think I have to go and find a Spanish boyfriend and divorce my English husband before that happens.
Yeah.
What have guys been doing with the teens then? Have you had them for a few days?
Yeah, so it's a bit of an immersion in some ways. They come over and we literally like train, eat, and sleep. That's the nice thing is that's what they want to do because they're so passionate about the sport.
Hmm.
So they're kind of living that professional athlete life. We tend to get like a really nice place. Like we've got like a big house in the north of the island, so there's like lots of space and it's a nice environment. And then we're pretty much in the gym all day. We're not just running through sessions. We have lots of technical focuses, so we really try to give them kind of information they can take away back to their training, technically wise, but also just act as that little bit of motivation. One of the things for the teens is a lot of the time they're training with people who are, especially at that age, significantly older than them. They might be training with people in their late 20s, 30s. And so this is an opportunity actually to have people who their own age train with, build those connections and build those friendships. And maybe it's because of the size of the sport. It's not, CrossFit's not huge. And so you actually don't have that many younger people training together in the gym. You usually get one or two who are kind of passionate about it, if they're lucky to have two. If not, you kind of join in with an older age group.
Apart from you, who's coaching? Is it Chris?
Yeah, so I'm here, and Chris is helping out some of the sessions as well.
I mean, we were joking about you being a foster dad, but there is an element of that kind of paternal responsibility, isn't there, when you've got a group like that? Because they're young people coming up who can be kind of like looking maybe to be professional athletes. It's a tough career choice, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been very passionate about it, so it's nice to see. Like, the nice thing about working with this group is they're all very passionate, so I'm very lucky in that sense that they all love to learn. There's something about that excitement that's also motivating. They're like the kind of, you see the possibilities that you kind of, as you get older, sometimes those possibilities, you kind of start putting roofs on things, like. So there's something about this, like, I'm just looking for the right word, but it's almost like they don't have any limits in their beliefs. There's no limiting belief factors. And that feeling that you can achieve anything is very passionate, and it's nice to be able to work with them. And the other thing with this generation is they really can, like, the one bit of advice is, as long as they stay consistent, it's amazing what they can achieve if they're starting from this young.
What's the age range of the people that you've got on the camp this weekend?
17 to 19 this weekend. So it varies sometimes. Like, sometimes we've had younger athletes come in, and sometimes 20 tends to be like the upper limit. Before, because once you start kind of crossing that 20, 21, you feel like more you want to be in the elites, more in the elites. So that tends to be like the upper age limit.
And how did you gather them together? Do you invite them? Did they invite themselves? How did it come together?
A little bit. Because we've run it so many years now. This is like the 8th or 9th year we've had the teen camps. So a lot of comes through word of mouth. Someone might know an athlete. We've got 2 people who came on last year, so 2 of the 8 athletes are repeating, Simon and Veronica. And then people know, like, people may have come to a camp before, and then you should come here. So a lot of it happens through word of mouth. The camps now, we don't tend to advertise the team camps, so it's just some messages to chat, see if they're interested, or someone will reach out. And it's also a very small group. We only have 8 athletes, so it's not like we need to fill 50 places as we go through.
And are they training with some of the big guys in C23 as well? Are they training alongside Jack and Adrian and those kind of guys?
Sometimes more training. They've not joined in any sessions yet. Sometimes, like, Axel was there yesterday. Axel probably holds the record of the most team camps attended.
Axel was like team camp experts.
Yeah, and it was quite fun yesterday. So we had a bit of a testing session. We're going to do 1 RM back squat, and we've a Simon there who's also Swedish, and Axel was like in full support to get Simon his new PR. So he lent him his knee sleeves and was there cheering along. So that's nice. And
that's like, cool.
He's like a good example. I mean, it looks like 24, 25 now. So he's past the team career, but he's still there, like, supporting, and I think knows a little bit of what they're going through and their kind of desires, because he's been on that journey.
And apart from being in the gym, have you got them out and about? They've been enjoying some training in the mountains, on the beach. Have you done any of those little John specials?
Yeah, we haven't been out to the outside. We were swimming yesterday, but just in the pool with Lorenzo. But tomorrow we have something a bit more outside of the gym planned, which should be exciting.
Mallorca such a perfect spot to train in. It's really fabulous. I mean, it's not the warmest of days today, but it's still sunny.
Yeah,
Perfect
exactly.
weather.
It is cold. We've got the pool at the place where we're staying, and they've been like some of the guys have been jumping in every morning as well, like to wake
I saw
themselves
that. I
up.
saw a little Instagram moment. I was
Yeah,
like, "Are you sure, boys?"
it's like you say, it's like 3 degrees or so, somewhere around that the morning temperature. So
Mm.
it's not exactly it's hot, but they're enjoying the routine.
Well, good for them. Wim Hof is
Yeah.
a cold recovery, etc., etc. So these guys. Some of these guys will be competing at the Crown, or I mean, have they applied to do it? Are they in the qualifiers? Have you
Uh,
invited them?
So
Details, please.
none of these guys are on the invite list. Veronica obviously was the winner last year, so she's here. But they're signed up to the qualifiers, which is still going on. So I hope to see them. Some of them obviously have the potential to be able to take one of those 2 spots at the qualifiers. So I hope to see them. Hope to see them there.
Actually, we should just go run back over that because there's 10 spots, 5 boys, 5 girls. And how many can you get? There's one spot open for qualifying and the others are invitational
2 spots qualifying.
per gender.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you
Yeah. So,
started to.
yeah.
You're
So
gonna
sorry.
say.
Yeah. Just to clarify. Yeah. So there'll be two females, 2 males that if they win, take first and second in the qualifiers, they will then get the invites as well.
Because you started announcing the young people that are going to have accepted the invitations to come to the competition, which is held the last week of March.
Exactly. So it's Easter weekend again. And we have so far there's 3 announced athletes. So we have Hugo as the first. So all of these athletes actually podiumed at the games this year. So Hugo took second. Burgos, and Hugo's from Sweden. Burgos from Iceland. She, I believe, took third at the games this year. And then we have Trista from the States, and she plays second this year. So that's like our list, release list so far. And there'll be one more before Christmas, another male. And I'm going to wait for the Christmas break to release the next invites. And then the full list will be finalised around the 20th of January after the qualifiers.
So you're not limiting yourself to athletes in Europe. You're looking at other regions as well.
Yeah, so we're going to hold a couple of spots open for regions outside of Europe. Last year we had Maria, she's from Latin America but based in the States. Amato, who was from again from Latin America but tends to be based here. And then Andre from Russia, who came over. So we did get a bit of reach. I think Trista will be like the first thoroughbred American to come
Actual
through.
American, North
Yeah.
American. Yeah. I mean, it's great for also to kind of spread the word about the competition because it's bringing people from other places as well. Hopefully, is going to have
Yeah.
repercussions for the way that the competition is seen because it's still in its infancy, isn't it?
And that's something that we've always wanted to, the kind of whole sentiment of Europe is coming has been a little bit about getting that traction on Europe. And there's no question that the momentum, a lot of the space circulates around the US. And so to be able to bring people like big names from the US over here, I think is something really nice. Europe obviously has like so much to offer. I mean, Mallorca especially has been a training ground for not even joking around, but like the best athletes in the world for a decade now. We've had so many games athletes who've podiumed or come through, done training camps, whatever here. I mean, so it's kind of like a great place in Europe to be able to bring people from the US.
It also, just from a kind of tourist point of view, is you can have direct flights now from America to Mallorca.
Yeah, exactly. So the Miami, Mallorca, they're also talking up. Oh, sorry, New York, Mallorca. They're also talking up
Hmm.
opening Miami as well. So like having and possibly all year round, which would be pretty crazy.
Yeah, it'd be great. Because I mean, the island's getting very popular with visitors from America. So come on, everybody! You can come and see what you're missing.
Yeah,
Um, Talking about Christmas, next it's what day are we on? What day is it? Is it Wednesday?
Wednesday the 20th.
It's Wednesday the 20th. So Father Christmas is on his way. 5 days until gift day. I'm very excited actually. I don't actually know what I'm getting for Christmas. My husband's been very secretive about it this year, which is concerning and exciting in equal measure. What are you going to get for Christmas?
Well, I don't know.
No.
Um, it's been a bit of a busy end to the year, the season. So things are moving quickly. But Jack and I will be. We go back to the UK for a few days over Christmas, and then we go to Norway. So maybe we'll celebrate because we're going to the mountains in Norway for a little bit to see some snow. I can practice my cross country skiing, so maybe we'll celebrate a bit more when we're in the mountains in Norway.
What kind of presents do you get for a um, professional athlete for Christmas?
Usually, it's been like relatively technology has gone down well.
Hmm.
Got her like a Garmin. I think for her birthday, I got her a Garmin. Or those kind of things. So technology has been my friend in presents.
What do you want to get for Christmas?
I'm not hundreds percent sure. Maybe something to do with cross country skiing. Maybe
Hmm.
I'm actually there's
Right.
one of the Norwegian coaches from Oslo. He's selling a second hand pair of cross country skis, so I think I'm going to purchase those.
I was
So
going to say
maybe I could
crutches would be insane.
convince Jacqueline to get the skis.
Would you store them at her parents' house then? Is that the idea that all your cross country ski gear
Yeah,
stays in Norway?
the trouble with Mallorca is it's not the most optimal place for cross country skiing. So
Slightly rocky.
I need to speak with Knut Jacqueline's dad to see if I can have a space in his storage for the skis.
I guess so. Norwegians must have big garages.
This is the thing, they have so much. I mean, they're raised on, and Jacqueline's from the south, and even there you get like snow cover. So sometimes to school they would ski to school or do whatever. It's like they live on skis, especially in certain parts. So they're used to storing those things.
Well, the question has to be, how good are you at skiing then?
I'm very bad on skis. It was my kind of uh, when you go to the so if you go with a Norwegian family to the mountains over Christmas, like 100%, the one thing you'll do, it's like going for a walk in the UK, on
Hmm.
Boxing Day or whatever. You go out
Yeah.
on cross country skis. And the concept of not being able to ski to Norwegians is they don't quite understand that you can't ski because everyone they've known and everything they've ever done has been able to just walk on skis. It's very natural to them. So I was, I think it was an experience trying for them to see someone so bad on skis. But I've been persisting, and hopefully I come back this year with at least a little bit more advanced than I was the first time.
Where do you practice?
So I actually brought some roller skis.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. Um,
When?
at the end of last year, sometime when I got back, and because obviously I can't practice skiing, but they have these like roller skis, which is for dry land practice of cross country skiing. And so sometimes as a warm up, I'll go out into the park by C23 and just go around the park, going around. Um, so
I
that's
had no
been my
idea about that.
yeah, yeah. I'm keen to get better on skis. Like, it's also nice to be able to learn something new. So that kind of physical process of learning something again and starting as a beginner and growing through that process has that's been a little bit of the focus.
I just got this image now of you like dedicatedly giving it your all, going around. I mean, like the look she must get from the locals.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
C23 is in an industrial estate. Yeah, it's not got. There's
no,
nobody else
I
there
definitely get some.
skiing.
I definitely get some looks, especially like the cheap. I just brought a cheap pair, and they're like a luminous green. So I've got these like green poles and green things. I mean, you are right. It does look a bit silly going around.
I'm hoping I'm going to have a word with Manu, and he's going to capture
Yeah,
that one for me.
exactly. Yeah.
I need evidence. Okay, so next week we're going to talk in between Christmas and New Year. Where will you be?
I think I'll be so. If we manage to film on Tuesday, I'll be in the UK. So I'll still be in the UK on Tuesday, and then I kind of get lost in the Christmas dates. But sometimes towards the end of the year, we then fly to Norway.
Okay, so you've got until next week to think about. We're going to reflect on the
Yeah,
year.
true.
Yeah.
The whole our reflection episode.
Maybe like top 5 moments or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's also nice. Like I tend not to think back, but actually, a whole year goes by, and there's been a lot of fun things this year. So it'd be a nice process to do as well.
Definitely. I'm going to do one I think it's a good thing to do just as an individual anyway, to look back and see your good bits and your not such good bits.
Your office definitely ticks the list. No.
Yeah. Yes. I'm very pleased with it. I'm very happy with that. But yeah, now I've realised I have a lot of work to do. I'm in it. But yes, I'm very happy to have made it to the end of this year and to have moved. Yeah. Not that my old office wasn't lovely and the people that own it aren't great, but I now have my own space, which is incredible.
It was a definite highlight for the end of the year.
For me, yeah.
One to tick off already. I need to think of my first one.
Yeah. Okay, I'll speak to you on Boxing Day, I guess.
Yeah.
And happy Christmas. And happy safe
you.
travels. And enjoy. And you'll have to show me what you get.
Yeah, true.
Christmas present unfailing. Happy Christmas, John.
And to you.